What's up, all the Gunpla fans? Welcome back to another episode of Team Zeon. First, I gotta say thanks to all the new subscribers. Welcome to the family. Your support is my biggest motivation to continue create more videos. And if you are new to the channel, welcome to Team Zeon. Most likely, you will find a lot of Gundam build. Sometimes I build something not Gundam. I don't do review. I just want to share the hobby and some of my personal thought. At the end, it's just a hobby. Everybody have a different way to do it, and I hope after you finish my video, it will encouraging you to try something new. A little modify and a little color separation will completely change the whole look of the model kit. Give it a try, and don't forget to like the video, share my video, and leave me a comment. I want to hear from you. Most important thing is subscribe to the channel for the future video. So that's it for the blah blah blah. Today episode, perfect gray Wing Gundam Zero custom. Yes, my first perfect gray in the channel. I bought this wing back in 2000. It's been 2 decades. Finally, I built this perfect wing. We have a lot to talk about this perfect wing when we come back. So stay tuned and enjoy. first, as a hobbyist, a lot of problem. Maybe to me it's not a big problem, but for some people there might be a hard time for putting this kit together. And you only hear good things from the fanboys about this kit, and if people tell you this PG wing is easy to build, I can tell you it's not as easy as you think. The first thing you want to do is translate all those Japanese words to English on the instruction manual, especially on page 12 and 13 when you install the LED light. And page 1 when you see all those logos. If you see those logos appearing on the instruction manual, you need to be aware. Second is on page 3. All those parts over here, it come in a little tiny box like this. Make sure you put it in a safe place. And make sure you translate all those to English and follow every single of the number for the screw. And inside this box, you will find around like over 20 little different small tiny pack bag like this with this paper on it with screw. Make sure you don't throw away this paper. This paper is identify the screw that you have inside the bag. And when you look at the instruction manual, they actually show this letter over here. So find yourself a little box and put all those back with this paper together. Be safe. You don't want to miss any of those screws. It's gonna be pain in the ass if you miss it. Third is follow the instruction manual carefully. This is why I tell you guys to translate all those Japanese words to English in the beginning. That's because one little mistake is so hard to go back, and that's the chances that you will damaging the part, especially those tiny screws. Number 4, it have to be the LED light. I gotta say the design is pretty bad, especially if you're not familiar with electrical stuff. There's not much I can complain because this kit is over 20 years old. There is a 50% chance that after you install the LED light, the LED is not on. This little switch over here, make sure you came off the box and look like this. Don't play around with this on-off switch too much. If you switch it to the left, by mistake you forget to switch it back. When you install it, you follow the picture, so your switch is reversing to the other side, then you might have a chance that you're gonna get problem to wiring. So remember this, don't play around with this switch too much. There is a difference though. The other side, on the other side of the switch is a perforated letter. So the picture that they show you over here is flat. It's not supposed to have a letter on. If you flip the switch to the other side, you will see some perforated letter. So that side is not like the picture. I think the most complicated part is over here, because this over here is so tiny, and especially I have a fat finger. It's so hard to work with that, with all those wiring. Especially over here, you have to cut a wire that 25 mm. It's a very tiny short. To install that 25 mm wire over here is pain in the ass. At the same time, that's a piece of metal over here that you have to attach to. That's the most complicated part for me to put it in, because I have a fat finger. Another problem you might face is this part over here. Even the battery installed, the light still not gonna come on. They have a chances is your battery is not touching all the metal that you install over here. And they have another problem is the battery is popping out sometime. It's not tight enough. This cover over here, it don't do anything for you. It don't push the battery down. It's just securing the battery not coming out. So what I have to do is I have to tape some foam from the other side of this cover over here to push the battery down to to make sure the LED light is going on. Here comes the bad thing about this kit. If you don't like what I'm going to say, goodbye. You can leave now, and make sure you like the video and subscribe to the channel. So inside the box, you got a second instruction manual. You will see what this PG capable to do. And look at all those action poses. Those action poses actually a very signature moment to the Wing Gundam. How you expect me to do the action pose without an action base, Bandai? And these three geniuses over here never thought about it. But after 6 years, 2006, Bandai finally announced action base for Gunpla. But there's still no action base for the PG. Only some perfect grade come with an action base. You might need to find yourself a third-party action base. I'm not sure how good is those third-party action base, especially the wing custom. This wing over here is super heavy. The model is tilting back all the time. And it's gotta have something to lock down from the bottom to hold the wing. Oh look, one of the wing came off. Because the lower base body over here is so heavy. I mean, the whole thing is so heavy. So I'm not sure how good is the third-party action base will actually hold the wing for a long period of time. So another problem I have is over here, this part over here. If you have the screw too tight, you will lock down the two legs. And if you have it too loose, it's going to be like this. You see the whole thing. I do have a tiny compartment over here that you actually can open it up and retight the screw. But that's another problem, is when you have everything has installed, the outside kit installed, if you want to mess around with that screw, the only way you do it is you need to take off the leg and redo it, and after that you install it back. That is kind of problem. And if you're doing a lot of back and forward, that's the chances you will damaging the paint, especially if you have this thing repaint. Another thing is, if you keep twisting the screw, that's the chances you will mess up the top of the screw, because the screw is just so tiny and it's so easy to break if you screw it too many times. And it's so hard to get the screw in perfect. Like I said before, too loose, the kit will be like this. You see? Too tight, you will lock the whole thing down, you cannot move. Even if you got everything going your way, if you're moving around, sooner or later it will become loose again. And if you look at the instruction book over here, this 4 pieces is metal. So if you tight this 3 screw too tight, the bottom piece over here, this cannot be moving around. Your leg will not moving back and forward. Even when you get this one right over here, that's another problem over here. You see the ball joint, and these 2 pieces is metal. Metal to metal, it's just not gonna work. If you tight these 2 pieces to the ball joint too tight, and your leg will lock down or will not move. Too loose, that's another problem, is your leg is going to be shaking, and then you cannot make the model stand good. Even you tight it up, sooner or later, because it's metal, you're moving around, it's going to become loose again. So yeah, you might want to find some way to do it, Right now, I still haven't figured out how I'm gonna do because I spent so much time on this model already. If I tell you you need a little hammer to build your perfect grave, you probably say I'm insane. But on page 13, over here, those tiny pieces, they're actually a metal. There's no way that you're gonna use your finger and push it down, because this metal is supposed to be meant to tie up these two pieces. So this is definitely, you cannot use your finger to push it in. You know, if you can use your finger to push it in, you might some karate master. Yeah, I use a little hammer to hammer it down. And please keep these tiny pieces safe, because they only come with 6 or 7 pieces. So they have extra pieces for you to replace if you miss one. You know, if you miss one, it's just not gonna work, because this part of it is very important. It have to do with his hand. If you don't get this part right, and your hand is not tightening up, because his weapon is so heavy, after you get everything up, his hand is heavy. It's gonna be a problem if you don't get this part right over here. Overall, this kit do look nice if you got all the problems solved, you know. Oh look, I already broke one pieces over here. I might need to glue it back. If you ask me, is that the kit that you must have, I might want to hold back. Only if you're a fan of Wing, you have so much love for Wing, then good luck. And Bandai, how many more Wing that we going to get? When everybody is so exciting waiting for the next Master Grade version Kai, and you announce another Wing costume. Bandai, you must have so many love for the fanboy out there. So that's it for today's video. I hope you enjoy it. Feel free to share my video, give me a thumbs up, and most important thing is subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any future video. Like I always say, building a gun plug when you're feeling tired or lost patience. Stop it, continue next day, don't rush. And I wish everybody have a happy build, and I am Yamasaki from Team Zeon. See you.